So today's class, we're going to get into getting the most out of your Aldelo customer profile. Now, this is the one that's found in the Aldelo Express package. It is the one that's used at the point of sale, but we also have some features we're going to talk about that are in the cloud. But this is the customer module or customer profile that's in the point of sale. So let's start off with just what it is. It's tracking of customer sales data at the front of house. And we do this for name, address, and phone. That's the most common thing you're going to track. But there's also a section for delivery information, custom instructions on how to get to the individual home, how to gate codes, whatever is custom to that delivery option. We also do VIP type sales. So this will allow the customer profile to show which level of VIP pricing they are to receive. There's up to 3. We track the anniversary month and birth month. That'll help with customizing and making that dining experience a little bit better. And then finally, we have the customer notes. We track incidents. That is the things that have gone wrong with that customer. We track those incidents. And then we also do mapping. So that mapping is from the restaurant to the customer's home. The screen looks like this. It's found when you go into the ellipsis, and then there's a one button there for customer, and this brings this up. So we have the ability to track, obviously, the name, address, phone number, and email. Email is key here in that we do some things with the email. For phone, if this is a cell phone, we'll use that number, whatever number you put in there, for texting. And then the email is for notifying the customer for delivery purposes. Address, postal zips, city and state are all tracked here. And then when you scroll up, you get to the next page, which then gives you some custom delivery information. The cross street to get there, delivery remarks, that could be the gate code, or things like, watch out for the dog, those things. They have an attack cat, I don't know, whatever. Remarks, delivery charge. This is for if the restaurant has delivery zones, zone 1, 2, 3, and etc. They may have a charge to get to this location because there are things in the way. It could be down in Orlando, we're famous for our toll roads. So maybe there's a toll to get to there. So just delivery charge. Any additional driver compensation that goes along with this. And also for account lookup, there's account number if you wish to do that. Otherwise, you're going to look it up by phone number and then barcode. The third screen on this would be the VIP type. This is a drop down that you get to select VIP 1, 2, or 3. Each one of those will then give you a certain price level or certain discount that's programmed elsewhere. Anniversary month, birth month, and any notes that you'd like to apply to this customer. Obviously, here's the mapping, and this shows the route that you should take to deliver to my house. I'm in Orlando. The restaurant's address is in San Francisco, or actually in Pleasanton. So that's the route that is recommending you take to get to my house for my delivery. I'm sure there'll be some delivery charges and zone charges on that. Something else the customer module is order history. And that order history gives you the ability to look up your previous orders for that customer by status. Status meaning, is it a closed order or an open order? You can look it up by server. That server stat would be the exact name of that server who helped that customer or who took that order. Then there would be type of order, dine-in, delivery, to-go, curb, whatever the order status, that's really what that is. And then, of course, the date. Now, that date allows you to then really narrow the search down if you're trying to remember or recall a prior order. The recall order screen looks like this. So in this case, I'm looking up status by settled. So these are the settled orders. You touch that with one finger, and it will then show you that order, the items. It will show you the status is order settled. So each one of those allows you to search by those definitions there to narrow down the search to find that order that's in question by the customer. In other areas of the point of sale, you can reorder from these prior orders. We'll show you that in a minute. Something else the customer module is, it's a dashboard. And in that dashboard, we have a purchase snapshot. Just kind of give you an idea of what's been going on with that customer. It's going to show you the top favorite items. What does that customer order the most of? It's going to show you their favorite items, the number of incidents that you've had with that customer, total purchases, check, count how many checks that they've had, the average check per guest, and average check as a whole. So you get a lot of information, and it looks like this. So the purchase snapshot gives you the 30, 60, 90, 180, and then year-long total of what they have purchased from you. You can see how they are a consistent customer, their top items, number of incidents, in this case, none. We have no data. Total purchases, check count, guest count, and the checks amount. So this is a lot of good information just right there for you at an instantly going to show you what kind of customer this is. Let's talk about what the customer module is not. It is not customer billing. We do not keep balances, nor do we issue statements. This is a feature that was in prior releases of Aldelo products, but it is not in Aldelo Express. And what we're finding is it's less and less important in the restaurant business. Restaurants are getting away from this waiting 30 days to send a statement to get a payment on an account. They're getting away from that and starting to use more of a credit card based system for independent billing of customers. They just don't need it as much. So we did not include it. And for the most part, we've not missed out. Now, there are some occasions in some of the larger markets, you have some of the people that would like to have the billing of their statements and they will charge to a house account. There are a few. I'm not saying that it's totally gone away, but what I am saying is that we're getting less and less requests for this as the industry is changing. They're going more to a credit card type of billing. Some cases, a tab system where they can start a tab on a credit card and have multiple people pay to that or charged to that tab. That's fine. But customer billing, that's not much of a need anymore. Something else the customer module is not, is that it's not customer rewards. And that's the point I think gets a little bit mixed up. The customer rewards is handled in Masa. So that's not linked to customer rewards, or the customer profile in the point of sale is not linked to the rewards program in Masa. Two separate issues, two separate programs, so they're not linked together. So when we were putting this together, that's what we came up with, is that the customer profile is not. Just two things that may have raised some questions. So let's take a look at it in action. In the Hostess Reservations area, you are able to look up the account in the profile, and that then will look it up by name. You can use first name or last name, and if you have several different Wilsons in the file, it's going to show you the different ones, and you pick the Wilson that you're talking to. Same thing if you were to use Jerry, so you would have different Jerrys. It's going to list all those. You then search and pick up the one that's the right one and attach it to the reservation. That then allows you to link that sale to that profile. So now whenever they are seated, you then are able to use their VIP status for the pricing, and you're able to then, when that sale is finalized, it then goes into the history purchases there. You also are going to use the cell phone to send text updates for that reservation to let them know when their table is ready. I think I already mentioned the VIP discounts it would be applied there. And one last thing is it puts the customer name on the receipts. So you're able to address that customer when you're serving the food by name. Another area that we use the customer profile is in delivery. So with caller ID, the caller ID module looks up that customer in the file and brings up their profile before the phone is even answered. So the person taking the order knows who they're talking to even before they answer the phone. They are also shown previous orders. So they are able to take that order and say, I just want to get what I got last time. And that order is shown. You can then order it from the system right there is from the history. Something else in the delivery module is it will then give the driver and the delivery person the address and driver directions sent by text or email to their phone. So the driver will have the directions to the house based upon the customer profile, along with any other details that they need along with that. It will also email the customer to let them know that their food has left the restaurant and it's on the way. Any special delivery charge that's in the profile will also be added to the order, along with any special driver compensation. And of course, it will track the delivery order for future use and recall by the system. Next in the customer profile, we've mentioned it multiple times here, but the VIP pricing and discounts up to 3 different discount levels. So VIP 1, 2, or 3. These are amounts, they are discounts, and they're set up in the discount area. Lastly, customer profile and action. Well, lastly, we got 2 more in the reporting area. We do this is the cloud back office now. You're going to get reports on the summary, the anniversaries for the month. It will list those customers who are having anniversaries this month, any incidents that are coming up and that have come up. What are your lazy customers? Who are the ones that have not been in for a while, as well as your top customers? So this gives you good reporting and allows you then to make adjustments or make contact with the ones who are not coming in, or look at the top rewarders and know who they are as well. Then now lastly, third-party interfaces. The customer profile is exported into the FOMO marketing, which has a lot of good use of that data, and will be able to do mass mailings, email mailings, text marketing, all those different marketing tools that FOMO has are taken from the customer profile. Restaurant 365, Profit Sword, and Margin Edge, they all do the same basic thing in that they will take in the customer profile. They will then make some adjustments for reporting, looking for the same customers who are repeat customers, your good customers, the ones that haven't been in for a while, and then they have their marketing tools as well. So all these different third parties will take the customer profile data, manipulate it to the point where it would give the restaurant an advantage with marketing and reporting. So any questions that you have? Jeff, what's been going on in the chat, sir?
So we do have some really good questions here. A couple of them are, will the delivery charge be given to the restaurant or the driver in the case of delivery compensation? There's actually 2 levels that are here. There's a delivery charge. This is the amount that is collected by the restaurant from the customer. And there's a delivery compensation. This is whatever they want to give that driver as part of that. Most of the time, this is a lower amount. So if you're collecting $5, you might give the delivery driver $3. And the house keeps, an amount there. That is pretty common. And we see that all the time. And then we have Doug is asking, can you add a tip after the driver comes back? Not only can you add a tip up until the payment is finalized. So yes, you can. But you could actually take tips at the door. If you're using the PAX A60 or the A920 with the SIM card in it, you literally could take the credit card at the door. And you could adjust the tips and stuff, on that handheld device. Easy, no problems. And then because the app is Android based, you could literally get it on the Android store and adjust it from any iPad or Android tablet. So yes. FOMO, fear of missing out, FOMO. They actually do email customers based on a variety of criteria. This does include lazy customers, so ones you haven't seen, as well as ones, thank yous to ones you may have seen very often. They can do a variety of different types of promotions where, let's say, hey, you're going to have something come out on a Saturday. They're going to notify customers of your Saturday promotion. They do a lot with flash promotions where you want to have something that just goes out at a certain time, notifies a group of customers. They can easily do that kind of stuff for you. They do a lot of slicing and dicing of your data to do that. So there's actually a lot there. And then Jorge, can you put an email design for each client? That is not controlled by Aldelo. There's a lot of third parties. In fact, FOMO is one of these where you can design, a variety of different types of templates and have, different types of templates for each customer type that's there. They do a really cool job of that. It's one, if you're interested in that, I'd suggest checking that out. So lots of really good questions. There, guys.
I like the idea of customizing the email. We've seen good results from that in our own marketing, where you address the person by name and then make sure you are using your name as the signer or the signature on that piece to give it a personal touch.
Yeah. But Jerry, I think that's, I don't see any more questions coming in.
Okay. Then I think we've covered it pretty good. We discovered this was a module that we've just never covered before. Now, I don't know how that got past us, but it did. So we're going to end the year on a high note. That this we think we've covered it all. We'll probably find something else we haven't, and when we do, we'll kick these up again first of the year. But for the rest of the year, guys, we wish you the best and wish you all a great holiday season. And we will pick this back up in January. Thank you.